If you've got a professional profile somewhere that you can only get because you're a professional on that site, like there's certain ones attorneys paid very high dollar to be members of. And they do their own verification process. So if you have if you're linking back in your schema, citing that that's who you are and that's pointing back to you, it makes sense, right? It's the matching data. Same thing in any industry. I have a client who gets cited a lot. He's a podiatrist, but he's a real researcher in what he does. He specializes in people not losing limbs to diabetes. That's his specialty. So he does research. He's done new techniques. He's tried to encourage new ways of helping people with diabetes. So he writes research, peer-reviewed paper. He gets published in journals like he showed me one, Journal of Nature Science or something like some weird name like that. And that's pretty cool. Every once in a while you'll hear me talk on here. It's like I'll get an email, woohoo, I got cited again in academia, because I have a couple published papers, and I'm like, yes, I'm up to 124 sightings, and I get exciting about it, and that shows that authoritativeness I have, because other people have said my research was valid, but that also theorize, because I don't have any patent to back this up with. But I also believe that's what they use reviews for. I think that's how they look at third-party sites and when they're trying to tie you together and create that knowledge graph about you and eventually create that knowledge panel. I think that's part of that. I think that's one of the metrics that they use to finally decide, yes, this is actually all the pieces that's together. These places have cited them, they have sorted them. So when we talk about creating our own knowledge panel and creating ourselves or our business or a client as an entity, that's part of that process. Dotting all those I's and T's in your EEAT kind of helps that process, because all the data is matching. You're being pointed to it by your professional sources and by your standard, trade sources like Yelp and what have you. Gosh, trustworthiness. Site security has to do with trustworthiness too. If your data is encrypted, you've followed all the bells and whistles, you've signed up for HSTS and got your preloading done and informed the browsing community and the general public created by Google, where you